God is trying to get your attention about that relationship. Yes, the one you can't stop thinking about, the one you've been unsure about, the one you're afraid to let go of or too afraid to fully trust. And right now, he's saying, here's your sign. So lean in. Don't scroll. Don't silence the Spirit, because God is speaking. You said, God, just show me if this is the right person. You said, Lord, if I'm wasting my time, please don't let me waste any more of it. Guess what? Matthew 7:7. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open to you. If you asked for a sign and this message is tugging at your heart, don't ignore the tug. God speaks in many ways, through peace, through conviction, through people, through confirmation, and sometimes he speaks through interruption. If the relationship constantly leaves you confused, anxious, second-guessing your worth, that is not God's plan for you. 1 Corinthians 14:33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. God's presence is marked by peace, truth, and alignment. If every conversation feels like a battlefield, if you're shrinking just to keep their interest, if you're compromising your walk with Christ to avoid being alone, you're not in a relationship, you're in a trap. And God is trying to break you free. What has this relationship produced in you? Matthew 7:17. Every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. If the fruit is constant anxiety, emotional exhaustion, spiritual decline, isolation from godly community, then God may be saying, you love them, but they're not aligned with your purpose. God doesn't bless potential. He blesses obedience. You can have chemistry with someone who is not called to walk with you. Not everyone is meant to stay. Yes, they might have come into your life with good intentions, but some people are assignments, not answers. Some were meant to grow you, not go with you. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Don't stay stuck in a season God is trying to close. God removes people, not to punish you, but to preserve your purpose. If you have to sin to keep them, they're not from God. If you have to stay silent about your faith, your purpose, your boundaries, that's not love, that's spiritual compromise. 2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. This isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. If you're constantly dragging someone spiritually, that's not partnership. That's spiritual exhaustion. Now hear me. If God says yes to this relationship, it will come with peace that doesn't waver, confirmation through the word, mutual growth and pursuit of purpose, accountability, and alignment. Proverbs 10:22, the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow to it. If it's from God, you won't have to force it. You won't have to chase it. You won't be confused about it. So here's the sign, your sign. God is saying, if I've been whispering in your spirit, if I've been tugging at your heart, if I've been showing you truth but you keep hoping for change, this is your moment to choose me. Not fear, not pressure, not loneliness, me. And if you choose him first, everything else that's meant will stay, and anything that's not will fall away. Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Now walk in truth, walk in courage, and don't ignore the sign, because this is it.
Things might be looking hopeless and out of hand. Life may be looking so empty and scattered as it stands right now. Aligning the steps that God will do might come to different people in different ways. It means he can hold your hands on what seems to be like a lost path in life's journey to lead you back to track. It's just like seeing a small lost child in the road crying without knowing what to do. The child might be so confused and become hopeless about him or her getting to go home. But then an adult meets the child and takes him or her back home. Now, had the child been beefing, that adult could have just passed without having the thought of helping the child. But because he or she was crying, it occurred to the adult that this child needs help. It was the same with you. When life seems so lost, call upon the Lord for help. Don't give up and become reluctant. This will make you continue being lost or shattered. The Bible recorded Jesus saying, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears me and opens the door, I will come in and will dine with him." This means that God is always standing by in every situation you find yourself in. He doesn't force himself on other people. Rather, he wants people to be personally convicted and come to him on their own. He wants you to come to the end of yourself while trying to amend yourself and look up to his amazing and powerful saving grace. So, in that lost state you are, call unto him, and just like Ruth, he shall change and align you back to your original purpose in life. He shall change your life story from being hopeless and pathetic to glamorous and hopeful. Yes, he can do that and even more, but that is only if you can trust and surrender to him in totality. Now, one thing I love so much about Ruth was that in all that was going on in her life, she was always hopeful. Like, it was never recorded where she gave up and even intended doing so. She was determined for something great, though she has no idea where it will be coming from. She was not a believer yet at that time, but she had her faith made up in the God she sees her mother-in-law serving. She was never ready to let go of that God. No wonder she said to Naomi, "I'll go with you wherever you go. Your people shall be my people, and your God shall be my God." She was determined never to let go. So you too, brethren, who are passing through hopelessness, do not give up. Hold on to God faithfully. Don't become distracted by the situation or position you found yourself in. God knows everything and everyone else. If he was able to align and make right or attractive the life of Ruth, then there is nothing that he can't fix. It doesn't matter how messed up your steps towards life success and achievement may look. He can reorder and realign them to the glory of his name. Just like Ruth, all you need to do is to choose him over everything else. In that moment of hopelessness and lost track, look up to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. He is the only one who can make things right for you. I'm so confident about it because Ruth, who was a widow with no hope and source of livelihood, a woman who was staggering in her track to fulfillment, later became a very fulfilled person with a significant role in the salvation process based on his contribution. God alone is saddled with the responsibility of aligning people's steps whenever they seem to have lost them.